Hello, this life keep changing taxes. What should we do when there is change? How can we embrace change? We should always tend to move whenever there is change. We should not be stagnant because when we become stagnant, we can be pulled down by the pressures of change. So let's look into how we can embrace change as humans. Before I continue, do not forget to like, share, or drop a comment on the post. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. We all know that the one thing we can count on in life is change. It's always going to show up. Are you ready for change? There is nothing you can do to stop change from coming. Whether you accept it or not, it is going to show up. It will keep looking for you because it is something that has to always evolve. However, you have to pull along by the force of change or feel like you have no control over it. The very terrible thing that can happen to any human being is to not accept change and allow change to pull us down. So what does it mean to embrace change? Embracing change involves acknowledging it, finding potential benefits, and cultivating a growth mindset. It also requires acknowledging and managing fear and focusing on the future and practicing self-care. It also involves breaking down challenges into manageable steps and seeking support from others. Seeking support from others can also make the process easier. Okay, let me give a more detailed explanation. We have to recognize and acknowledge that change is a natural part of life and accept the feeling that arise, whether it's fear, anxiety, or excitement. We also should find a potential benefit by looking for opportunities and positive outcomes that can arise from the change. Also, you have to adopt a growth mindset by viewing challenges as opportunities for learning and growth rather than obstacles. Let's always see challenges or those difficult moments as a point at which we learn, afterwards we grow through it. Let's see it as an examination period of life. You also have to manage fear and accept your fear of change and focus on the potential benefits and future possibilities. Let's take for instance, if it is economical change, we have to accept the fact that there is change in the economy, and then we tend to find out how can we make or grow our finances within this period. Then you have to know what opportunity will you gain. Let me tell you, in any difficult economic challenges, there is a lot of opportunity to grow your finances. Actually, that is it. I remember a time where I went to buy tomato. So when I went to get a full basket of tomato, and then at that point in my area, tomato in my area usually used to be very cheap. We buy tomato very cheap. So at that moment, experienced an economic change whereby tomato became very expensive. And then when I went to buy that tomato, I was like telling the person, the seller, I was like interacting with the seller, and I make a statement. I said, I pray tomato goes back to its normal selling price. And surprisingly, the seller told me that he doesn't want the tomato to go back to its normal price because this is the time that they gain. This is the time that they have a huge gain in their business. So let me tell you, in any hard economic, there are people who are really benefiting from that challenges. So we are all to always look for your own opportunity to earn or to be able to grow within those challenging periods. So focus on the future. Visualize the positive outcomes of embracing change and focus on the steps you can take to make it happen. Divide large changes into smaller. You have to be mathematical in this process. That is why, scientists are problem solvers, because they sit down and analyze the situation and bring a problem solving mechanism towards that problem. So in whatever challenges that you are facing, sit down and measure it, weigh it, try to break it down into smaller pieces for you to be able to absorb. You have to also adapt your lifestyle in order to embrace through those process of change. Make that change more manageable. Make it more manageable steps to make the process less overwhelming. So you also have to seek support. Connect with friends, families, or a support group to share your feelings and receive guidance during the change process. I remember anytime we encounter economic challenges, anywhere you go, you hear people speaking about it, talking about it, communicating about it, gisting about it, and then you hear other people sharing their own tactics on how they go about it, sharing their difficult times, and then other people will bring out their own mechanism on how they are handling it, and then from there you will learn, and then you understand that okay, it is not only you that it is bothering. This is a should I say nationwide something or worldwide encounter, and then it helps you to work toward it. Because the fact that everybody's encountering it doesn't mean that everybody should face the struggles. You have to also break those moments into smaller challenges so that you'll be able to absorb it and bring out a manageable outcome to it. Believe me, no matter how the economy is, there are people who are enjoying abundance. Yes, no matter how hard the economy is, there are people who are flowing in abundance. So you have to make your way through it, because the fact that it is hard doesn't mean that everybody will have that hard encounters. So you have to know how to navigate your way and to bring out the best outcome what that challenge is. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you next time in my next video.